What is going on, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard at Graybeard Gaming Group. Today is Wednesday, January 13th, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. As most of you know by now, unfortunately, there was no state of the game today. Therefore, I'm going to take some time, go over some of the player feedback you've sent us, and try to answer as many questions as I can. Now, if you happen to be new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help us out. Finally, as most of you know, we have giveaways here, and our current one is for an Xbox Series X. However, more importantly, we will also be making a donation in the winner's name to St. Jude Children's Hospital for $500. We will be announcing the winner on April 4th to celebrate our 1-year anniversary of the YouTube channel, and all you need to do to enter is subscribe to us here or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. As always, my friends, keep in mind that watching our content is not a requirement to win. Only watch the things here you may enjoy. That's why we give you the option of entering via Twitter. Having said that, let's get into today's video. So the first thing we'll be going over today, my friends, is the new global event Shade Exposed, which started this week. I haven't really tried it as yet, so let me know what you think of it down below. I know a lot of you were reaching out asking about the Golden Bullet. Were they going to bring it back because it was so popular? And at this point, we honestly don't know. However, one of the great things about these global events now is it gives you the ability to earn stars that you can actually spend at a vendor, which allows a lot of players who don't have a lot of time to play to earn these stars and actually target certain caches that they could be looking for. In addition to having the ability to save the stars, you will still continue to earn, rewards in your regular reward track. You can see here there are daily challenges, things like that for the first 4 days. And even though it's the same type of gameplay we're used to, at least it's a different variation on how we can earn things. 2 more friendly reminders, then we will move on. First of all, people were asking, where do you spend these stars that you earned in the global event, meaning where's the actual vendor? I'm at the White House. You go out the front door, you make a left, you'll see something that's at Seasons, you click on that, and that's where you'll find what you can buy. The other thing I'd like to point out is you do gain a star for every shade level that you gain, and finally, every star you do not spend at the end of the week is taken away. You can see at the bottom, all stars unspent will be lost when the event ends, so make sure you spend them before this thing is over. The next thing I want to go over, my friends, is a lot of you have asked, where can you find the snitch on a weekly basis that's consistent? And for me, and I usually share this in my weekly vendor reset videos, but what I want to point out real quick is I'm in Federal Triangle. You'll fast travel to the 1040 safe house and you'll go to this location on the map. Now, one quick thing I want to point out, if in that little location you see a territory control going on, what you need to do is reset your control points, wait until that area is clear, and then he should be there pretty much every time. So really quick, for those of you that may not know, the weekly vendor resets are every Tuesday, and that's when you want to find the snitch Cassie Mendoza, because then she becomes available on Wednesday, which is the first day you can actually see her. And on that note, I'd like to switch gears and now talk about loot quality in regards to the vendors, even the gunrunner Cassie Mendoza. And recently, a lot of you have reached out and said you've been really disappointed in the quality of the stuff that they seem to reset on a weekly basis. Now, the footage you're looking at is from this morning. This is this week's vendor reset for Cassie Mendoza, and there are a few decent things in here. However, most of you are saying that, the majority of the time, and this is throughout all the vendors, you're not finding anything really worth your time. The other issue a lot of you are having, or that you're mentioning, is the fact that you're finding the same items and weapons on a weekly basis no matter where you go at certain vendors. There doesn't seem to be a big variation. And again, the developers have said this is all random, and it definitely seems that way. Hopefully, the actual quality will improve. And really quick, I'm not talking about putting God-rolled items at every vendor every week. It's not about that, but it's about putting certain things out there that can benefit players that have been playing for a while, or at least it's something they can try and optimize and make it worth actually buying the thing. And on that note, we are going to jump to talking about optimization and the current cost. Now, we know that the developers have said, and this was weeks and weeks ago, that they are making a change to the cost of optimization. They've listened to what we've said. However, at this point, we have no new update whatsoever. Now, those of you that have been watching my channel for a while know a few things about me. First of all, you know that I love this game. More importantly, I love this community. However, you also know that the major issue I've had with this game has been how the game has actually been communicating with the players. Now, I know the game can't get back to each person individually, I get that, but right now we're 6 weeks in since this hiatus started, and with no state of the game or weekly update, in my opinion, a quick tweet on, hey guys, what's up, here's what's happening, I know would make a lot of players happy. Next, my friends, I want to talk about NPC aggressiveness, as a lot of you have reached out and said, especially when it comes to grenades, these guys are on point again. Now, I know in Title Update, I think it was Title Update 9, they, nerfed the way the NPCs were throwing the grenades. However, since Title Update 11 and moving forward, a lot of you have been reaching out saying, dude, these guys are on point. Like, we're talking like, it's insane. The way these guys can throw these grenades with their pinpoint accuracy has been just way out of control. Now, this also covers NPCs that have the grenade launchers, war dogs that have, the mortar turret on them, whatever you call it. So, depending on what you've seen in your game, let me know your experience down below so I can try and get a better idea how many people this is actually affecting. And as we start to wrap this video up, again, unfortunately, this is where I have to say I wish I had more information for you. I'm really surprised there hasn't been a state of the game, between the beginning of January and now, even a quick hello, a quick update, something. Like, I personally am really disappointed in that. And actually, one thing I'd like to mention really quick, and this goes back to last week. So last week, around the 4th or so, I, put out a video and I was saying, hey, hopefully we'll have another state of the game on the 6th, and we'll have an idea of what's going on, and we should, know some new information by then. And one of our awesome subscribers responded and said, hey, I don't think there's going to be a state of the game this week or next week. I think it's going to be towards the end of the month. And I asked, where'd you see that? And he said, well, I think one of the developers mentioned it in a chat that he was having with someone else. Like, he saw it somewhere on Twitter. And the reason I bring this up is it goes back to my point of communicating with your game, and that this shouldn't be an Easter egg hunt to find out information on a game that you love, that you want to share with other people, and you're waiting to hear something to look forward to, but once again, the game goes silent in a way which they really don't need to do. Most of you know that here at this channel, I want to promote a community working together, and in no way will you ever hear me bashing a developer, a game designer, or any individual, because none of these things fall on one person's shoulders. Like, it doesn't work that way. And by the way, that also holds true for community managers as well. They're doing the best that they can. And I know a lot of times we want to point fingers and this and that, but it seems to me that with this game and the community, the more we work together to get stuff done, the more that actually seems to happen. With that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this video up. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you for the support and remind you, any questions or comments you have, please leave down below. Those of you that have been here for a while know that my main goal here is to try to help you out in any way I can. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of what we're doing here. If you enjoyed this, feel free to hit that like button as well. But most importantly, as always, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.